Greetings and welcome to another edition of Practical Assertion. It was exactly 1 year ago, June 22nd, 2015, that we launched our first edition of our weekly video blog, and what a year it has been. We launched on Father's Day, and what better day to launch as there is such a need to put the focus on fathers. Before preparing to film this edition, I decided to go back and review last year's video, and I was surprised as to how relevant the message is still today. For that reason, I would like to replay portions of the message because it occurred to me that because it was our first, we had so few followers at the time, perhaps our new followers could benefit. So allow me to re-record the message and make some improvements along the way. In this day and time when so many have failed to embrace the challenge of fatherhood and who showed up only for the planting of the seed but who ran as soon as it was harvest time, some even sooner than that, it is quite appropriate to focus on fathers today, but not in the traditional sense. The focus of this topic is not meant to give men a chance to show off the gifts that they receive for Father's Day. In fact, truth be told, I suspect that like so many other holidays and observances, this too has become so commercialized. I am almost positive that there are guys who will receive a gift not because they have upheld the honor and responsibility that embodies the true meaning of the word father, but who simply made a donation 9 months before harvest time and who occasionally drops by, if at all, for every reason except to take responsibility and live the title father. You see, father is not just a title, but a privilege. For those of us who believe this, we have no problem giving to our children our time, attention, money, yea, even our very souls, because that is what a father does. A father knows that the most important thing that he can do for his children is to love their mother and treat her with the utmost respect and appreciation. A father knows that he must be a role model for his children, both his boys and his girls. His son needs to see in him what responsibility is and what it means. His son needs to see how to treat a woman, how to love a woman, how to protect a woman, and how to take care of a woman and his family. His son needs to hear from his father that he is strong and capable and special and of great value. His daughter needs to see in him what a husband ought to be. His daughter needs to see how a man treats a woman, loves a woman, protects a woman, and takes care of a woman and his family. His daughter needs to hear from her father that she is beautiful and special and of great value. These are the men who deserve gifts for Father's Day, and these men alone. But you know what is interesting about these kind of men? Even if they don't get a gift, a tie, some cologne, or whatever, they are not crushed. They will not cease from their duties. They will not shirk their responsibility. And you know why? Because they realize that the best gift that a man can get for Father's Day has already come, the day he became a father. Happy Father's Day. This past Saturday, June 11, 2016, I had the privilege of presenting one of our newest workshops entitled Big Boy Baggage for the Cliffview Church of Christ here in Dallas, Texas. I want to share with you just a few slides that are worthy of notice as we celebrate Father's Day. First, this quote from Frederick Douglass, which says, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." How profound a statement, right? Wow. This was used to set the stage for my position on fathers, and that is that you can't spell family without fathers because fathers are major impactors in the lives of our young. This is the premise of that workshop, so let me show you how. I found research that shows something called the father factor. In each of these areas, poverty, emotional and behavioral problems, incarceration, crime, teen pregnancy and sexual activity, child abuse, drug and alcohol abuse, education, and childhood obesity. When fathers are involved with their children, both sons and daughters, are better off. In many of these areas, the father's impact is even greater than the mother's impact. Next, as it relates to a father's impact on the child's spirituality, notice these statistics. If both father and mother attend regularly, 33% of their children will end up as regular churchgoers and 41% will end up attending irregularly. Only a quarter of their children will end up not practicing at all. If the father is irregular and mother regular, only 3% of the children will subsequently become regulars themselves, while a further 59% will become irregulars. 38% will be lost. If the father is non-practicing and mother regular, only 2% of their children will become regular worshipers, and 37% will attend irregularly. Over 60% of their children will be lost completely to the church. If the father is regular, but mother irregular or non-practicing, extraordinarily, the percentage of children becoming regular goes up from 33% to 38% with the irregular mother and to 44% with the non-practicing. An irregular father and a non-practicing mother will yield 25% of their children as regular attenders in their future life, and a further 23% as irregulars. And where neither parent practices, to nobody's great surprise, only 4% of the children will become regular attenders and 15% irregulars. 80% will be lost to the faith. You know what I find so interesting about these statistics? This is just proof that God knew what he was doing when he made man the spiritual head of the family. These are my thoughts. Now, what about you? What do you think? Have I challenged your perspective or given you a different one? If so, I want to hear from you. Please go out to our website at www.ascrt-usa.com/blog and leave your comments there. Please share this on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or whatever medium you use to help us spread the word. If you know fathers who deserve the honor and praise because they have accepted the challenge and embraced the privilege of fatherhood, please forward this to them. And for those of you fathers who have tried to be the role model for your children but are hindered for whatever reason, we want to hear from you as well. Our prayer is that your ex will realize that your child or children really do need you involved in their lives and will let you be the father to them. If you'd like more information on Big Boy Baggage Workshop, email me. Thanks again for joining us for this edition of Practical Assertion, and we hope that you will join us again next week. Take care, and again, for all of you real fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Goodbye.